What's going on? It's Fuego here, and today I'm going to be playing some Goblin Drill with the Evo Snowball. This deck was one of my favorite last season, so definitely wanted to try it out in this new season, see how it holds up. And we're in the first match here, and we are facing the Witch, but the Witch definitely does give this deck a little bit of issue. Hopefully the Poison can help us out here. Just going to start off with that on defense, and yeah, not too bad of a start to the match here, but some things to address that are different with this deck in the new season is first off that the Evo Ice Spirit did receive a damage nerf, so it's going to be a little less strong, but still a very solid card on defense. And then the second nerf that this deck received was a nerf to the Goblin Hut. It got reduced in HP and spawn speed just by a little bit, so I really do want to see how impactful of a nerf it is to the Goblin Hut and if it's still viable. I mean, just based off how strong the Goblin Hut was previously, I'm going to assume that it's still probably a pretty solid building. Back to the match here, we have a very nice counter push with the Mighty Miner and the Drills tanking for the Mighty Miner. I'm going to pop an ability and go Ice Spirit opposite lane, maybe get a little bit of damage on the right if he's not paying attention. And, Mighty Miner does not make it to the tower, but Drill does do a ton of work on the left, and that's going to be a very solid damage lead in single elixir for us to start things out. So, for those of you who don't know, this deck is primarily focusing on defense, and then you're kind of using your unstoppable offensive pushes with the Drill Evo Snowball combo to kind of get you guaranteed damage. And even if that doesn't work, you always have the Poison Cycle to fall back on, so this deck definitely has multiple ways of finding a good damage. I think I'm going to set up with the Goblin Hut here. Seeing this guy's Monk is kind of unfortunate for us because it does good work against our Bomber and our Spear Goblins. I'm actually going to block the bridge a little bit here. Oh, nice. Okay. I wanted to try to block the Monk as best as I can. Oh, Mighty Miner's on top of the RG, shredding it. Lightning does not hit the Mighty Miner, and he gets 0 RG shots on top of tower. I'm definitely going to go in here. I'm going to hover my Mighty ability. Okay, he just goes guards on top of the Drill. Super nice Snowball, though. Look at all that Goblin damage. Bam, bam, bam. Is that tower down? I don't think so, but it's going to be close either way. Bomber to finish it off, man. Let's go. That is game-winning damage. We have him down within 164, and I think my boy DJ Andrew has given up. And guys, even though this guy had a Monk, even though he had a Lightning, we still found ways to get value from our Goblin Hut and our Mighty Miner, and that's exactly what this deck does well. So that's going to do it all for this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next match. In the next match here, and I kind of touched on it a little bit last match, but defense is key for this deck. If you decide you want to play this deck and you're more comfortable with a building such as the Bomb Tower or the Tesla, definitely sub it in, because even though the Goblin Hut might be better, if you're more comfortable with a building and you're going to make less mistakes with it, it's always more valuable to run that building, and that's my opinion at least. But we're in the next one here, and could this be Electro Giant? That's kind of the vibes I'm getting here. We're seeing the newly buffed Golden Knight and the Phoenix as well, so that's pretty cool. But Mighty Miner does win that trade for us, and I'm going to go Drill on the left here, see if he expects it. I think I'm going to go for my Mighty ability as well here, and then we can get a last second Snowball on top of the Drill, get some damage. Nice, what a Snowball. The Goblins killed the Bomber, and we get over 1,000 damage to start off this match. Beautiful start, man. I think our opponent missed the Bar Barrel on top of the Goblin Drill, and that just allowed us to get so much damage, maximizing that with our Snowball. So sure enough here, we actually do see the Electro Giant come down, and I think I'm going to Drill Bomber opposite lane. Now this is pretty aggressive, but I think this is going to help me get into a right cycle to defend the Electro Giant and also apply some pressure in the right lane. I think I'm probably going to need to be able to have damage in both lanes so that I can switch lanes, because this guy's definitely going to want to play into me, which I just can't always afford with his big cards like the Golden Knight and the Phoenix. So I think this is a fair Evo Snowball, honestly. Just pick up the E-Giant, send it right back, let our tower chip it out, and we're fine here once again. He drops the well played. I'll drop the thank you and some love, send it back his way. And we have the damage lead in both lanes. So once again, I think we have been winning these single elixirs so far in the video, and that's just how you set yourself up for a nice win. So Bomber gets a good connection. I think I'm going to go for my Goblin Hut again. He has the Lightning, so that makes the Goblin Huts against the Electro Giant a little worse. So let's go in here, Goblin Drill, and he goes in for his E-Giant. I'm going to go Ice Spirit Guard, start damaging that, and then let's go Bomber as well just to secure the defense. That Drill made it so that he had the Golden Knight, and he did not have enough elixir to support his Electro Giant whatsoever. Spear Goblin's getting some chip on the left. I'm going to go with my drill just to follow up here. Ice Spirit as well. We could even snowball a bomber possibly. Let's see, does he go for it? He goes for the Phoenix. I'm going to snowball anyway. Just slow down the tower, slow down the Phoenix. Bang, so much damage, baby. Let's reset with a Goblin Hut down low here. Gonna just hope clean up no matter what he plays into my Goblin Hut. And look at this, guys. He's probably going to lightning, so I'm actually going to get my drill down here. Poison is such a good defensive spell. Let's just drop that as well. Slow everything down. And I still have another Goblin Hut if I need an extra building here, guys. That's, oh my goodness. We have 2 buildings and a super fast cycle. I'm not sure what my opponent's supposed to do, man. You can already tell this is an amazing matchup for us. Let's go. Okay, I think I'm going to go drill on the right because I just don't want him to stack into one lane. I think that could be like the one way we lose this. I'm going to go for the poison plus snowball just to kill this Evo bomber. It gets 2 pretty good shots, but that's okay. We still have a very sizable lead. So let's see. What's going to be our guy's play here? I need a bomber to snipe out that Phoenix egg, hopefully here. Get down in time. No, Phoenix respawns. Okay, going to get a little bit tricky here, but we do have the Evo snowball to bail us out, so I'm really not that scared at all. Yeah, we'll just pull everything to the middle. We'll go with our Ice Spirit, and that's going to be a clean defense. Even though we had a little bit of a slip up on top of the Phoenix, it really just doesn't matter at the end of the day. This deck is so strong. So let's see. I really would like to get back to another drill poison. Oh, okay, so he E-Giants the back. That means I'm probably going to have to pressure opposite lane. I might even use my Evo Snowball here. I think we could maybe Evo Snowball a Golden Knight or something. Let's see. Yeah, let's actually go for this Evo Snowball, try and get some good damage. Nice, the goblins. Look at the goblins, baby. Oh my, so much damage. Once again, goblins are definitely MVP of this match. Let's go Goblin Drill here. Put some pressure on top of his tower so they can't go all in. We cycle back to a second Goblin Hut as well here. Drill's getting some good damage on top of tower. He didn't have enough elixir to defend. I'm going to spam another Goblin Drill. Second one in this push. Poison as well, and I think a Snowball's probably going to finish him off here. He does get the E-Giant down on defense, but it doesn't matter. That's good game and a very nice win for the second match of the video. In the last match here, and another tip I have for this deck is to stay unpredictable. There's a few different ways you can do that, and the first one is kind of the most obvious, and that's switching up your offense, right? So you want to change your drill locations. These are the 2 best drill locations to maximize your damage. One's in front of the tower, the other is on the side. But if you mix it up, it kind of if you mix up your drill placement, it makes it harder for your opponent to predict you and play their troops in the correct spot. So that's definitely a play you want to make just to keep your opponent on their toes and such. Oh, we get a super nice snowball there that actually hits the wall breakers. I'm going to make sure we clean that up. And then also another way you can stay predictable is by switching up your defense. With this deck, you do have a lot of defensive options such as the guards, you have the Goblin Hut, which gives you multiple swarm units, and then you also have a bunch of splash units between your spells, your Mighty Miner ability, and your bomber. So just keep that in mind. Don't be predictable. Don't let your opponent get like a prediction small spell on your troops. Just always stay on top of your toes. And yeah, I mean, as long as you do that, it's going to be very hard for your opponent to predict you and get a ton of damage that way. And if your opponent doesn't predict you, I mean, it's going to be hard for them to get damage as long as you're playing solid defense. So looks like we're kind of going up against a bait deck here, which honestly, I'm super happy to see. Like I just said, we have a ton of splash damage in this deck. So, I mean, we should be fine. Once we get the double, we're always going to have a splash card in hand, and that's just going to make the defense so easy for us. Okay, so we do see the recruits come down. Honestly, was not expecting that, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Evo Witch recruits deck, I guess. Very interesting combo here. Wall breakers are kind of going to shred our Goblin Hut. He goes for the arrows as well. Okay, that's fine. If he goes in for the boss bandit, I have the Mighty Miner, so I think we are chilling right now. We have a lead going into single elixir once again. Very common theme with this deck is just getting a nice lead heading into double and then securing just positive damage trades from there on out. I would poison, but I don't think poison's that great against the Evo Witch. It kind of just out-heals it, right? So probably not the best play. Instead, I'll pre-cycle a Goblin Hut here. Ooh, that bush is going to make it to my Goblin Hut, but I guess that's not the end of the world, right? We will take this very nice poison damage now. I'm going to go Mighty plus ability here as well, I think. Perfect. Okay, he just played the Skeleton Army right into a poison and a Mighty Bomb. Very huge misplay from our opponent, and I'm going to try to take advantage of that here. Let's go for our drill. Oh, I have the Evo Snowball. He's low on elixir. I can almost just pre-Evo Snowball. Wait, yo, what? Is he not going to defend the drill? Okay, I guess we do pick up a wall breaker, but I mean, either we pick up something with the Evo Snowball or he just ignores the drill and loses his whole tower, man. I'll be honest, we definitely had some questionable plays from our opponent on this one. I'm going to take the poison. I'm going to take that dub, and I think I want to play one more, man. This deck is just so solid. I love playing with it. It's hard for me to stop, so we're going to do another last match here. This is the match to close it out here against Dexter, and you guys didn't get to see it, but this guy does have Xbow, Tesla, and Rocket on his profile, so I was going to say there's a chance we're going up against Xbow, but does not look like it after seeing the minor guards at the bridge. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, against minor decks, I feel like this deck does hold up, but it's probably one of the tougher matchups. In terms of minor counters, I mean, we really have like the Mighty Miner and Ice Spirit. I guess guards are pretty good against the Miner, so that's definitely something we have going for us. So let's see, probably, I really want to set up for a drill here. I want to figure out what drill counters this guy has before we get any later into the match. Okay, we see the Knights come down, and he has the guards himself. Okay, yeah, so that's right. The second time he played the guards, Knight plus Miner. I mean, honestly, this is just looking kind of like a minor spell cycle deck here, so this guy's definitely going to give us a run for our money, I can already tell. So we're going to need to make sure we're locked in and try my best here. So I think this is probably going to be a pretty slow single elixir for us. Between the Knight, guards, and cannon, this guy definitely has some good drill counters. So I feel like it's going to be hard to break through in single unless maybe we get to our Evo Snowball quickly. So definitely a possibility there. Let's go for the bomber on the left. So he has log. I still feel like this guy probably has like a big spell, possibly a rocket. Okay, there it is. And I'm going to go in for my mighty plus drill on the left here. Kind of just assuming he probably wants to play his guards on top of the mighty. Yeah, okay, I'll pop my mighty ability here. And nice, okay, we're already getting some drill damage, getting our damage back. Beautiful stuff. I think, yeah, we definitely got more damage out of that interaction right there. So very good punish on our end, and I'll definitely take that. I'm actually going to go Goblin Hut right here. Yeah, because I figured he was probably going to miner. Oh, wait, do we catch it? Okay, we do catch it for one shot. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Let's go for the bomber here. Hopefully that knight doesn't actually make it to our tower. He gets a fair bit of damage deck. I'm going to switch up my Goblin Drill placement like I was talking about previously in the other matches. You really just want to stay unpredictable, and look at that. We're going to get some good damage from it. Evo Snowball to pick up everything and get my Goblins on top of the tower. Look at that, baby. Ton of damage right there, and that all came from switching up my drill placement. Let's go guards here. Man, we're not having good luck catching these miners right now. It's kind of unfortunate for us, but we're still holding our own here nonetheless. Does not get the cannon down in time. I will go for the snowball. Oh, great snowball once again. Can we get some damage from it? Nice. That earned me a very huge goblin stab. So we're playing pretty well here, but our opponent is still up in damage. So that's, I mean, I feel like we're playing good, but it's just hard to kind of break through this guy's pretty tough deck here. We do get a nice mighty ability. I'm going to spam my goblin drill here. Let's go for the bomber. I do have the snowball in hand if we need it, but he's probably just going to log here, so I will not snowball this time. No, opts for the delivery, but same difference. Snowball would have done nothing there. Let's I think I'm gonna just snowball anyway. Try and get to my Evo. I think that feels like a pretty good play at the moment. All right, we're starting to catch some of his miners, and he goes in for the rocket. Okay, I'm gonna poison here. I need to get some damage back. Can we get the goblins on top of tower, please? Oh, he does get the log down in time. Okay. We're still doing fine here. I'm going to go Evo Ice the back. I have both my Evos in hand, so this is good. Spam guards here as well. We have the Evo Snowball if need be. I mean, he doesn't have a spell in hand, right? Yeah, I'm going to just pick up that knight, and we're getting a ton of damage. We don't pick up all the guards, but that's still okay. And look at this, guys. We have a pretty solid damage lead now. This game has taken a great turn for us. Let's keep spamming here. I think I'm actually going to poison instead of snowball this time. Feels better. Feels like a better play. And sure enough, look at that, man. We're getting the good poison damage. As long as we don't give up too many miner shots here, we should be okay. I'm not going to snowball that. Nice, we do catch the miner once again. Okay, he's probably looking to rocket, so I'm going to go in for my drill here. Can we probably need to take a snowball, I imagine, on top of this knight? Oh, nice. Okay, I'm going to poison as well since it's triple elixir. And guys, can he stop it? Poison's going to do enough, and we're going to take home the win in this last match against a pretty good minor rocket player. So very nice win. Super glad we were able to take that one home. But that's going to do it all for this one, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.